Hello everyone, this is Mike again for you. Now with the second part of Producer Michael's Watch Talk with the legend Kevin O'Learys, and we directly start, so let's go.
So here we are still,
yes.
Part 2 of our epic talks and display of watches,
and
right?
I can't tell you how much fun I'm having.
It's
this
amazing,
is ridiculous.
Right? Absolutely
we may
amazing.
need part 3, 4.
I think we probably will. And we've got some pens and cufflinks and crazy things to talk about. So make sure you watch part 1. If you just tune into this one, stop now, go watch part 1.
Yes, we saw some amazing watches there, and if you haven't seen that, just go on my channel, there you will see part 1.
Come back to part 2, and I'm sure Adam will put a link there, will you?
I will indeed.
Thank you, thank you. Was it my go?
Yes.
So we're talking about watches, and we've done a few. And
so many are left.
The next one. What am I going to do? Get out of the box. I'm going to do this one, because we were talking about good value, right?
Yeah.
So this is a watch you probably have never heard of.
Aventi, yeah, this watch he did some advertising with. It's made out of sapphire, the whole case skeletonized movement tourbillon, and it's rather cheap compared to the watch industry.
Is an Aventi, and what
I have heard of Aventi. They're a little bigger than a micro brand, though, right?
They're new. They're relatively new.
Are they doing more than 60,000 pieces?
You know, I don't know the answer.
Never.
That kind of moves you out of the micro brand.
I don't know the answer.
I must say, it's the first one I've held in my hand.
It's a gorgeous watch.
It is beautiful.
It's a sapphire case.
You're kidding. This must be really expensive.
Well, it's a tourbillon.
Yeah, I see
and
that.
if I told you how much that watch was, you probably won't believe me.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, I have to say that all sapphires used for the cases are synthetic, so they have been made in the laboratory.
It's 120.
You're close if you take the 0 off.
You're kidding.
It's 10 grand.
You're kidding.
It's 10 grand. Fun watch, right?
I love them.
So in the best value theme, okay, I'm gonna go to Grand Seiko. Grand Seiko probably.
I never got in touch with this beautiful brand. I definitely need to. The value what you can get for your money is just amazing. I definitely need to check Grand Seiko out. Yeah.
Probably provides the best value in the entire
100%.
watch industry in terms of quality, advanced calibers, advanced movements, the polishing of the metal. There's nothing like it. So when young collectors come to me and say, I want to buy my first watch, I always say Grand Seiko. Now what's unique about that, it's made with a lacquer from a poison oak in Japan. And of course, red on red on red.
Nice,
on red
really nice look.
Is what the theme of that.
The whole look of the watch, the dial looks just stunning. Classic.
That watch is.
Interesting that Kevin O'Learys has watches in all different price leagues. Yeah.
How much is this?
I'm thinking
5,000?
60,000.
What?
So it's not an inexpensive watch.
What? What? Okay, so his watch is not appearing now. It's probably like this, just with the power reserve indicator. And we can also see here on the website that there are some quite expensive models. If he paid 60,000 for this watch, man, this is the most expensive Seiko I've ever heard of.
I'm honestly quite shocked because this is the first time I've ever held one in my hand.
But isn't it beautiful?
It feels like a Patek.
Exactement.
Right?
That's exactly.
It feels like a Patek.
And I have to say, Calatrava would cost a fraction of this one, so... No, but Grand Seiko is a good watch.
Let's see something else from
the
collection.
Let's go with red.
Oh, okay. Goodness, that's funny.
Okay, so...
Here we have a really nice watch. I told you last time I got mine by now. This is the RM1103, discontinued by now. Got really expensive, awesome watch. I just love the piece. From the side you also see the way how the material has been built up. Just a stunning watch. The red, you know, it has some power. At the moment it sells for around 250 to 270,000 euro, depends on how much money you want for the watch. And yeah, let's see what he is telling us now about RM.
This is a very interesting piece. This is a Richard Mille RM1103 in some kind of...
Isn't this their El Supremo one?
No.
Isn't there this?
No.
So this is the most sought after one that Richard Mille have. And if you go to any of the Richard Mille boutiques in the world, they won't have one.
Yeah,
I've got one guy.
Miami doesn't have one either.
Nobody has one. I've got one guy in New York, my friend Vadim. He's got a place called Wrist Aficionado. I need to introduce you to them.
Yeah, I also checked them out. They have a nice stock, always very well sorted. If you're looking for RM or Patek, they have everything in stock, and when I'm there, I definitely will visit them.
He gets me these pieces. The moment they come in, picks up the phone, Michael, I've got this, do you want it? And of course I don't say yes to everything, but he has some absolutely amazing pieces, and I need to introduce you to him because he has everything that you have as well. And
so he's buying them in the aftermarket, or these?
Yeah, I don't know where he gets them from. Yeah. He's got the largest inventory of Richard Milles.
100%. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, he's a dealer, he has the connection, and he is at one point very well known for buying RM. So if you want to sell it, you go to him because he's paying probably the best price. This would make the most sense.
Now this is a very eclectic, acquired taste.
This watch is,
I don't understand this watch.
100% made for him.
So this is basically plastic.
No,
right? No. I mean, it's not plastic. I don't know exactly what it's made of. I think MP.
TPT carbon, yeah. And for example, this watch is from 2017. You don't see any scratches or something. The material is that strong, and yeah, overall. RM is producing everything in-house. This is really special. It's a monthly calendar. And if you take a look at the numbers, RM is just producing around 5,000 to 5,500 watches per year, and the demand is very high. And if they discontinued one model like this, one of the best sellers, then of course, you know, the price will go up.
T or something like that. But it's not a metal. It's a pressed composite.
But he's known for his flamboyant designs and dials. They're crazy. I mean,
this watch is $200,000.
Yeah. A little bit more.
And it sells for a lot more than that.
Yeah.
How does the justification come into
let's
that?
talk about...
Last time we had the Zoom call with producer Michael. He said that, you know, he thinks RM is going down in price. I hope he's not going to this topic right now.
What he did in terms of technology with the caliber. He has designed...
Let Kevin O'Leary enjoy the watch.
Tennis for Nadal,
right,
and Bubba Watson in golf.
Correct.
Which is really hard to do. I mean, there's many brands, if you wear on your wrist when you golf, you destroy them.
Think of this one. If the next season of Shark Tank is starting and Kevin O'Leary is wearing one RM, this would be... You know, I have to say, if you sit like this, the watch appearance, you see it at first sight. Because it's so big and obvious, and yeah. But he also needs to get the improvement to wear the watch in television. So I don't know if this one is too obvious. The other watches are a little bit more quiet in terms of style, and yeah.
Especially tourbillons.
Yeah, tourbillons.
Because the Bubba Watson watch that he wears is a tourbillon.
You're kidding.
Yeah, tourbillon.
So they've obviously built incredible stress, you know, absorption on that.
Yeah, definitely. But think about the money. Is that...
No. Don't think about the money. No. This is the wrong turn. You just need to enjoy the watch and accept the price. Don't go into this lane.
It's a relatively new brand, and you can't buy them.
So
they're sold out.
I have not gone into this Maison yet, and I've talked to them many times.
Oh, really?
I have to make my jump, and before I do that though, I have to go sit down and really dig in and understand what direction to go in. If I'm in a part with $200,000, I got to really know the piece.
That's the thing. And like I said,
how often do you wear this, Michael?
So I have a few of these. I have a few different Richard Milles, and Adam will tell you.
I also saw the last piece with the diamond. I think it was also Bubba Watson in carbon, black carbon, with some diamonds, factory setting. Awesome watch. This one he also got from New York.
I wear them quite a lot. I wear mostly...
Formal or more like laid back?
Laid back. Yeah, laid back.
It's a hell of a piece.
Hell of a
piece. Something like
it doesn't look expensive on your wrist.
No,
does
it looks. I mean, it doesn't look. But actually, I know what it is. A Mille is a Mille, and everybody can see it a mile away.
Yeah.
There are some producers on television that, when I showed them this, said, "No, you can't wear that. It takes."
This is the thing what I'm talking about.
It's away from everything on the set.
Yeah.
I said that's a good sign.
Yeah. Believe it or not, if you wear a watch like this and just your swim shorts, everyone knows what's going on. You know, this is the kind of why the people are buying this watch.
But I still don't know how they justify the price. I mean, why not? Hey, if you can get it, they've done amazing marketing. Everybody wants this watch.
Yeah, marketing is one thing, but also distribution is the other thing. They just sell it in their own boutique, so they try to control everything. Of course, someone like me or in New York, wristwatch aficionado or other dealers, they get the piece from the gray market, or if someone gets the watch for retail, sells the piece to me. Okay, this always happens. If you want to wear an expensive watch with the big design and regarding the price always constant or going up in price, there is no alternative. Of course you can buy, let's say, a Nautilus anniversary, but the problem is the look of the watch. To be honest, you can also get for 60,000 euro. The Nautilus is the Nautilus, just the material or the limited edition or maybe some slightly colors, but with RM it's like this. If you see a RM to no shape, you know it's about 100,000 minimum. If you see some colors, always over 150. And yeah, this is a unique selling proposition, which you get with no other brand. And that's why there is a high demand, and overall you see on the streets that the people are dressing more and more casual, and this fits right into this lane. That's why RM is so popular. And of course, one other thing, they don't produce a lot of watches and push it into the market. Yeah, you can remember the time when IWC introduced the big Pilot or Panerai before Richemont went into the brand and bought it. It was highly collectible. Then a lot of pieces got produced, limited edition after limited edition, and then the price went down. It's always the same. So if RM proceed like this, everything's fine.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Crazy, crazy. And it's red.
Yeah, it is red.
So,
I
right up your alley,
have to
right?
seriously consider that. There's no question.
Your turn.
Kevin, I will make you one offer, okay? Which you cannot refuse. I will give you the cheapest price worldwide, okay? Get any offer, I will give it cheaper to you, okay?
All right, let's go to something controversial. Very, very controversial.
Oh,
Let me
I like
describe it.
controversial.
So this is very controversial. You're well aware of AP. I see you have APs.
Of
You're
course.
wearing an AP.
Wow.
The Royal Oak is legendary.
Blue sandstone dial. Code
Its look.
Code 1159 or what?
Design of the 6 sides. You don't see it here.
This is an AP?
It is.
Give me that.
Yeah, you do not see it. And this is the controversy.
It says Audemars Piguet.
Yeah.
It is. But
I have never seen it. The
look on
dial
the-
is gorgeous.
Yes. Look.
I also used the same stone for my bracelet. I did one limited edition bracelet, and also this pocket square after a long time. Yeah, you cannot buy it. It was sold out within a minute, but yeah, the booklet of the GMT I printed on the pocket square. Regarding this piece, it's a novelty from them, perpetual calendar. And overall the case is stunning. It's not that highly demanded, but real true gentleman watch, and it fits to him 100%.
Look at the edge though. You can see the heritage
Yep.
of your dial on the sides.
That is stunning.
Now they brought this piece out
Perpetual
a year ago, perpetual, and in Geneva, or maybe Bern, at the last watch show before they closed the watch show down, and people looked at it and said, wait a minute, that's not an AP, that's not a Royal Oak.
Gorgeous piece.
No, you know, Francois there took a huge chance. Look at the dial. Look.
They put a lot of effort in designing the case, the glass, everything. Yeah, but AP, unfortunately, is at the moment just known for the Royal Oak. The offshore is also moving quite good, performing okay. This watch, no, it takes some time. I have to say, it's nice.
Magnificent.
Yeah, and the glass. If you look at it on the side,
Magnificent.
Curved.
that is.
And this is a perpetual calendar, and if you look at these little tiny buttons on the side, these are how you set the calendar, and it's a nightmare to set.
It's a total.
No.
I mean, you have to take it somewhere to set.
That's why I have a wolf winder for it, because I can't bear to set it. It's too much work.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
no problem.
It's a stunning piece. And so, again, supporting a new line from a new brand, and I think in 5 or 6 years, by the way, the Royal Oak was hated when it was launched.
Correct.
Really?
Yeah. They had a lot of problems
time
selling
for
the first
it.
1,000 pieces.
Truly beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
If you take a look at this watch, you know, you can really dream. Awesome piece.
Heavy, right?
This is crazy.
So this
Very
is
thick.
even more complicated than the diamond one.
Ah, yeah, the disc rotates at the bottom.
Because the I'm lost. What's the word I'm looking for? The sky. What do you call the map of the sky? The astronomical, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
We all know
that,
I don't know either.
yeah, I really know my stuff, don't I, guys? That rotates as well.
You're
The
kidding.
entire backplate
You're
rotates,
kidding.
and it has all the
So
stars.
that is why it's got the extra depth there.
Correct. Correct.
But you really need to wear these pieces. I mean, that is.
They live
just-
in the bank vault.
Yeah, I get it. That's where you know.
Unfortunately, you know.
In my life, I've had 2 collections stolen.
Wow,
completely.
really?
Both. One happened in Boston, and the other one was an inside job, we think, including some very rare protection.
Uh-huh.
So now, I never disclose how many watches I have or where they are.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really difficult thing with the huge amount of value compressed in this tiny place on your wrist. Actually, this is also the second time I have watches here in the office. We store them always in the vault. There's no excuse, and we cannot have them with us, unfortunately. Yeah, so I did it for Michael and of course Kevin to show the beautiful RM to them, but it's the same here in Germany. You need to be really careful, and what can I say? Yeah, always protect yourself and think what others might think.
And they are all over the world, and they are kept in a very complicated inventory system. The insurance companies know which watches, but I don't even let them know where they are because I'm too scared of an inside job. A watch that came out of the gate, the first people said, oh, it reminds me of the Hulk, but it's not.
Oh, the new Submariner with the black dial. Then he must have some good relationships. He was one of the first who got this piece highly demanded.
Submariner, a classic Rolex design.
I've never seen one of these.
Yeah, so this is a
41
41 now. The case
Right.
has grown a little bigger. The Kermit.
It normally has the green dial with the green bezel,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, the old one.
Hulk. So,
Yeah.
you know, the trouble with this watch now is the allocation. Really hard to get. But already in a few weeks, it's tripled in value.
Right.
So it's a $10,000 watch trading at around 27 to 30.
Yeah, the thing is, when they first got released, of course, the price is very high, and we saw the same thing with the ceramic Daytona when it first came out. Then the price got dropped a little bit. Now you can buy and sell them around 18,000 euro. So yeah,
It's crazy, isn't
I
it?
know.
Absolutely
But I think it'll look
crazy.
great on your wrist because it's
You
a
want to
large...
sell it to me?
No,
I'll
I
give you
can't.
what you paid for it.
I can't.
yeah.
You know, the thing is, I didn't even... Do I need another Submariner? And I realized I have almost every sub.
Right.
I have a giant collection
Yeah.
of subs. But how can you not want it for just its
You
rarity?
have to. You absolutely have to.
So let's talk about Rolex. What is it about Rolex that everybody wants their first watch to be a Rolex? How did they get there?
I think the marketing. If you were to go out on the street and ask 100 people what's the best watch in the world, I think 99 would say Rolex.
You're right.
I mean, Rolex started quite early in terms of marketing. 1927, they crossed the English Channel by Mercedes, or with Mercedes Gleitze, well, it was back in the day. And after that, the Air King got introduced after they flew over the Mount Everest. And they always tried to push to the limit. And since then, the people linked Rolex with success. And this is, I think, one key to their success.
I'm going to open my box and take out this. Get out of the box, Adam.
It's so nice to see. I think I know which one is he showing right now. One with the gem set, the Zahu, or I don't know. It's interesting because Kevin has just the plain regular one, and then the fancy one in terms of style and colors is with him.
Look at that.
Let me take it off here.
You know, I cannot imagine Kevin O'Leary is wearing one watch with the gem set.
This is the regular Submariner.
See the heritage, they've hardly changed.
It's identical, right?
Yeah.
It's absolutely identical.
It's a stunning blue dial on yours.
Thank you.
This is a stunning blue dial, yeah.
Dial, and
But this is not factory.
The bezel is aftermarket, yes.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Stunning.
So what's your thoughts on adding an aftermarket bezel on?
I must say,
he is not liking it,
Michael. I must say, because you know,
it's not for him.
Right?
it is pretty. It is pretty, and for the dial, it's spectacular. But in many collectors' eyes,
Very diplomatic. He's telling him now that it's, you know, he wouldn't do it.
have done is sin, and you will go to hell.
Yes, I bastardized the watch. Am I allowed to say that?
Very well said, you know. Very well said. Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I also sell aftermarket pieces, not a lot, but in terms of full iced out, you know, you can do it. I don't know. If you have the possibility to buy factory, why not? But, yeah.
I think so.
You will spend.
I'm not swearing. I'm using an actual term.
What I understand is it's not regular hell. It's 3 levels below regular.
Oh my gosh!
It's worse.
Watch this in 3.
In fact, that will survive being thrown.
Yes, it will. Yes,
But
it will.
the whole point is that is one way of looking at it. And I talked to other collectors, of which you obviously are a collector, and you have no problem with it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, do you ever talk about polishing versus not polishing watches?
I've never had a watch polished.
You never should.
The reason I haven't, I don't wear them often enough to really mark them or damage them.
Let me tell you a lesson I learned from the Phillips people. Remember the Daytona that it was Paul Newman's Daytona that sold for 17 million. The estimate was 1.5.
That was crazy.
Okay. Do you know why? I asked the auctioneer about that watch because we were talking about it. I was doing a video for one of the business networks about new watches that were coming to auction, talking about watches as investments. And he told me, he said, the reason that watch broke all records is it was never polished. It had the original patina, the original scratches, the original etching from his wife, Joan Woodward, on the back, but never was polished because it was, you know, the history of this thing. Gives it to his daughter. Daughter is dating a guy. They thought they were going to get married. Gives it to the guy. They break up. The guy puts it in the ex-boyfriend puts it in his night table, forgets about it for 15 years.
Wow.
They've both gone on to have their own lives. He finds the watch one day and remembers his romantic time with, you know, Paul Newman's daughter, and in his heart knows that it should go back to her.
Wow.
He doesn't know the value of it. Doesn't matter. He says, I'm going to call her up and say, I found this watch. Do you remember you gave me this just before we broke up?
Wow.
She says, oh, I do remember that. My dad's watch with my mother's engraving on it. He says, I'd like to give it back to you. So he gives it back to her, which is the right thing to do, I think.
Absolutely, but would he have known the value, right? I don't think so.
She takes it in to get cleaned, and the watchmaker says, wait a minute. Is this the Paul Newman Daytona that he was in all the races with? I think we should find out what it might be worth before I touch it. And I guess they called Phillips the #1 auctioneer for watches in the world.
Yeah, also next year I have some great plans. You probably know that I have the Richard Mille prototype, and I want to sell this one, and I also have one RM11 last edition in turquoise color with the ceramic case number 5 of 50. These 2 watches I think I will give to auction probably, yeah. And I also try to work with Philips. And in terms of this topic, old watches, you should never restore the dial, reprint it or something like this.
And they said, that watch is priceless. Has it been polished? And he said, no, I haven't touched it. I haven't cleaned it, I haven't done anything. And they said, let me talk to the daughter. And they started the dialogue about the auction, and she wanted to give some to the charity, you know, Paul Newman, his salad dressings and everything else. Long story short, it goes to auction. They felt that it would do about $1.5 million, and within 5 seconds, it was already at $10 million.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
It sold for $17 million. Why? It wasn't polished.
Wow.
So everybody, do not polish your watches.
That's very interesting. I don't, just because I don't really wear them, but I didn't know that, and I'll certainly take your advice.
Let's go to Vacheron.
Which one?
Red band
Oh,
Beautiful piece.
with a blue dial?
But look at the dial.
Yeah, I have currently the brown dial discontinued with the 3-hand and the chronograph with the blue dial. Beautiful watch. It has 6 or 7 layers on the dial. Stunning piece. You can change the bracelet with this easy function. You will probably show it to us. Awesome piece.
And of course, one of those brands that's been around forever.
But
They've built
underappreciated, Michael, in North
discontinued
in Europe,
production.
highly regarded.
Highly regarded.
As is Blancpain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here,
Blancpain's another
you
one.
can't give them away.
But that's why I say to everybody, having a few Vacheron in your collection is, I think, important because this is the 4th horseman in Switzerland. Next, you're up.
Okay.
What is he showing now?
I'll bring 2 out this time. I'll bring 2 at one time. This one.
Rolex?
And this one. I'll give that to you.
Ah, Pepsi, the new Pepsi?
Factory,
That is factory.
No way.
Yes.
Rolex put that many stones on a bezel?
Yes, that's a baguette. Factory.
Oh, nice
I
piece,
believe
yeah.
it's onyx bezel. Yes, that is factory.
GMT?
GMT. And this is also a GMT.
Oh yeah, this is the classic
So
Julian
that's
bracelet.
the Pepsi.
Yeah,
that's the new Pepsi.
I have the, I have this Pepsi. This is fantastic.
You see, every collector has his own kind of thing, and for example, Kevin would never, I don't think, wear the one with the stones on it. He's more for the plain one.
But I mean, my goodness. Again,
This one is already crazy.
yeah. But that's crazy because there's so few of them, right?
Yes, and that's white gold and this is steel. You
Yeah.
can feel by the weight.
Yeah, I could definitely, yeah. I mean, that to me, first the shockaroo that it's actually factory. I would have thought the bezel was, but then I see the work here.
Do you know how you can tell?
No.
Well, a lot of times, turn the bezel and you'll feel that
That
no
it's
aftermarket
smooth.
company would make
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Right.
And if you have it aftermarket, it's going like this. Yeah, that's most of the time like this.
That's
it's
just
an instant giveaway.
That's pure sex right
Yeah.
there. That bump.
Right. It's
Oh, that's spectacular.
nobody's been able to duplicate that.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That really is
Yeah.
nice. You know, I'm debating. I like this, and I like, you know, one of your Jacobs, not the blue, the one that showed me the first one. That is
This one?
Yeah. So that could be my fave crave of this collection.
I think
but
so.
that is also,
Nice.
yeah. I mean, you know, you're going to walk around people who say that's not factory.
Yeah, but it is.
I know. That makes it even better. You can say, no, it is.
Yeah.
So sorry to interrupt again, fellows,
Yes.
but 28 minutes.
Okay, I got one
Again?
more. I got one more.
We're apparently having a long video again, and we've still got a long way to go. So guess what? There'll be a part 3. You up for that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm having so much fun. Time's
Yeah.
flying. I thought I'd been here 10 minutes.
Right?
Yes.
And we're going to do, we said it would do it in this one, but we haven't. We're going to do watches and pens and cufflinks and other stuff.
Pens?
Right?
Oh!
So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell.
Yeah.
We're in it.
You know what? This is the funny thing. Every man who likes to collect watches is in for the same. I mean, I have a huge collection of pens. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm collecting the Mont Blanc limited fountain pens, and I'm looking forward for the next for the next video. So I see you guys next time. I hope you liked that video. If so, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and then I see you guys next time. Bye bye.